How to get rid of distraction? If you ask me, my one sentence advice will be, allow yourself to be distracted. Now, this seems to be odd. Let me explain to you. The first thing is, you have to remember you cannot eliminate distraction, whether it is olden days or modern days. You will always have some issues, or you will always feel something when you are trying to concentrate in doing a task. So this is something that you cannot eliminate, and you have to accept the fact, you have to accept the reality that it is there and it will always be there, right? So once you accept the fact, then only you will face the truth and really go and see, really go and detail what you are supposed to do in facing all this distraction. So first you accept the fact first. Then you accept that you are human, not having any superpower to allow you to purely concentrate on something for a long time. We are all humans, and we do not have the power to block all the distraction so that we are not being distracted. That is not going to happen. So that is the second fact that you have to accept, that you are only a normal human being, right? Then once you accept this, then only you will not blame yourself. That's very important, because when you blame yourself, your brain record this experience as something that they will affect your emotion, right? Something that will affect your emotion. So your brain records that once you have the feeling of blaming yourself, you will have some emotions, and this is an effective way. Your brain sees it as an effective way to remind yourself again in the future. So if you blame yourself, that memory will keep on haunting you. It will get more and more serious. You will get more and more concerned. You will get more and more being distracted, and then you will get more and more emotional of the fact that you are distracted. So this will become a bad cycle, and it will actually turns out to be a trauma to you. So if it is a trauma, then it is more difficult and more complex for you to face this emotion, right? So accept that you're a human being and don't blame yourself if you are really being distracted, right? Then what do we mean by allowed distraction? What do I mean by that? When you allow distraction, it's not only to allow distraction only. You talk to your brain, talk to your heart about the distraction, and agree with your brain and agree with your heart a time limit or a duration for the distraction. So like, for example, you can tell your brain or your heart, okay, we are going to do this, or we are going to be distracted for only 15 minutes, right? Then you set a timer. Then we will study for another 20 minutes, right? Before we allow the next distraction to come in. So you can actually make an agreement with your brain. And of course, during the first few times, it will be very, very difficult because you haven't got the momentum. But once you go through it, right, you will realize that actually this can be done. The timing, the tempo can be set. Then another tools that will help you, probably will help you, you can try, is called Pomodoro timer. Pomodoro timer is a timer where it actually will remind you to take a break after you have done something for a certain time. Like, for example, you can choose for 25 minutes and 5 minutes. It means you do something, you do a task for 25 minutes, and then you will take a break for 5 minutes. So during that break, you can do whatever things you want. It's like you can go on with your distraction, so-called, for the 5 minutes. Then the Pomodoro timer will actually remind you. After 5 minutes, they remind you, hey, let's get back to your task for another 25 minutes. Then you have another 5 minutes for break. Or you can choose the one, if you find 25 minutes is too short, you can choose the one with 15 minutes and 10 minutes. So you have 15 minutes concentrating on your task, whatever task you want to do, and then another 10 minutes is for you to take a break or to do whatever distraction that you want, right? So that is what we call Pomodoro timer, right? Then last but not least, what you can consider is, of course, towards a certain extent, you can try to limit the distractions that you have in your environment. Like, for example, you can change an environment to limit the distraction. Example, instead of studying in your bedroom, choose a place like library to do your study. Maybe the distraction will be lesser. You can try and see whether this works. Some students actually feedback that this method actually works. So I wish you all the best. Remember, we are just humans. We will try, right? We will use different way, and we'll try and see and observe the result. But after all, we are just humans. So accept the fact that you will be distracted. Allow yourself to be distracted, but take a moment to do an agreement or to come up with a consent. To come up with an agreement with your brain and heart about the distraction, so that you can get back to work as soon as possible.